And then I had a professor that he challenged me. He saw potential in me that I didn't really see in myself. And he was just like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? And I'm like, oh, I'm non-traditional. I'm non-traditional. I kept saying that over and over again. And he was like, what does that have to do with you being a student? Like, I don't want you to graduate and have regrets. So whatever it is that you want to do in this 4 years that you're here, do it. And if it works for you and your husband and it makes sense and you guys can manage it, then do it. And it has been overwhelming at times. At first my husband was like all on board and he was my biggest cheerleader. And then like by sophomore year, he was just like, all right, now, like, what? It's a bit much now. Oh, so I have been kind of like scaling back in a sense of prioritizing and not putting too much on my plate, only because sometimes I have a hard time saying no, and I do realize that me being non-traditional and inspiring others, I don't ever want to let anyone down, if that makes sense. So sometimes I feel obligated to say yes, and I feel obligated to show up in those spaces to make sure that not only adult learners are represented, but my university is represented. So at times I do put a lot on my plate. However, I am learning that it's okay to say no, and it's okay to listen to God and ask Him, okay, is this for me, or is this something that I want?